Hello, Dr. Haley. Hello. How are you? Haley, can you please on your mic?
Yes, sorry.
Yes. How are you, Haley?
I'm fine. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Welcome to the Global Virtual Summit 2025, Haley.
Yes.
Yes. And before going to start the session, I want to introduce you to our audience, Haley.
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Haley is a renowned leadership strategist and senior executive coach with over 40 years of experience in empowering leaders and high performing teams. She combines academic research with real world application to craft innovative leadership strategies, often incorporating digital tools and AI. A pioneer in human leadership development, she is known for promoting inclusive, authentic leadership. Her expertise spans coaching, teaching, and cross sector leadership development. As a keynote speaker, she delivers actionable insights that help women lead with clarity and confidence. Yeah, that was a great bio, Helly, and the stage is all yours.
Thank you. And some of you promised to share my slides, but good
Yeah,
morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here with you today at the 5th International Summit of Women's Leadership Excellence. Like presented, my name is Heli Bergström, and before we begin, yes, that background is real. It's the view from my backyard here in Finland. I often start my mornings there, and it reminds me that leadership clarity often starts with calm. So, while we'll be talking about AI and strategy today, I'm inviting you into this peaceful space with me. Okay, can I have my first slide, please?
yes, Dr. Helly. We will share the slides. You can give the gestures. Okay, then we can proceed with the next slide.
I don't see any slides yet.
Slide slide and presentation. Please give me 2 minutes, Helly.
Yeah, of course, of course. Let's enjoy this view and space. Okay, there's my slide set. Okay, today we are going to explore a topic that's close to my heart and vital for our future: how women can lead boldly and humanely in the era of AI. Um, can I have this slide too? And I'm not seeing the presentation. I'm only seeing the slides in the road on the left. Yeah, I just saw a glimpse of the slide too, but then it vanished. Let's see if we get back that slide, because I'd like to share a story with you. And there's a couple of pictures there. Hello, do you have my slides? Okay. And then, okay, that's number 2. Can you set them in the presentation mode? If not, we'll manage. Okay. Let me begin with the story. That's slide 2. A few years ago, I was working at the intersection of leadership and artificial intelligence. The technology was smart, faster than ever, but I noticed something strange. The smarter the tools got, the more isolated I felt. There was a silence at the top, a gap between data and wisdom. That's what AI didn't prepare me for. And then next slide, please. So let's frame the question. The real question is not how do we keep up with AI? The real question is how do we lead in ways AI can't replace? Because that's our power. And next slide, please. Slide 4, please. This session is about giving you tools, mindset, and support so you can lead with clarity and confidence, using AI as a co-pilot, not a competitor. Next slide, please. Why now? Because the landscape is shifting rapidly. AI, hybrid work, digital overwhelm, it's not business as usual. And too many leaders, especially women, are burning out trying to keep up. Let me tell you something personal. Years ago, I walked into a strategy meeting where I was the most experienced person at the table, and still I hesitated to speak. I second guessed my wording, softened my tone, waited to be invited. Others said half-formed thoughts with confidence. I waited to be perfect. After the meeting, one of the junior men had his idea selected, an idea I had drafted weeks earlier but never shared. That's when I realized silence isn't a neutral space. It's often where depth and brilliance sit side by side. And if we don't learn how to learn from our strengths, we end up watching others walk through doors we held open. Next slide, please. The reactions are common: fear, resistance, imposter syndrome. I've heard it time and again from the women I coach. I feel like I'm falling behind and no one's talking about it. Innovation doesn't happen in isolation or automation. Inclusive leadership ensures that our use of AI is not just fast, but fair, responsible, and relevant. When diverse voices are invited in and human judgment guides the data, innovation truly serves everyone. Next slide, please. Here's the truth. Women aren't lacking intelligence. They are lacking tailored support, strategic tools, and safe spaces for reflection. That's the real gap. Raise your hand if you ever felt like you had to be twice as prepared, twice as perfect, just to feel enough. I bet you are not alone. That's not about our capacity. It's about the unspoken expectations we've been carrying. This is why support and clarity are so essential. Next slide, please. And the previous one. And here's the opportunity. Women are already skilled in the areas AI can't replicate: empathy, creativity, and strategic insight. We just need to lead from those strengths. And next, please. So, what does empowered leadership look like in the AI era? Or what does it actually take to lead authentically in today's digital pace? Here are the mindset shifts I see again and again in the women I coach, from control to clarity, from burnout to brilliance, from isolation to influence. And then next slide, please. Let's take a look at the first shift, from control to clarity. Coaching helps you stop reacting and start responding with intention. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters. Think of control like trying to drive in thick fog. You grip the wheel tighter, but you can't see ahead. Clarity is like switching on your high beams. Suddenly, you can see the curves, the road signs, the other cars. You are still in the driver's seat, but now you are making calm, confident decisions. Please take a moment. Close your eyes if you feel safe to. Where in your leadership are you gripping the wheel too tightly? Where are you fogged in? What would it feel like to turn on the lights, to choose clarity over control? Take here some moments, some seconds. Think on these. And yes, then the second shift, from burnout to brilliance. When you know your work in genius, you align your energy with your strengths. You lead from what lights you up, not what wears you down. Take a breath here. What if your zone of genius isn't what others expect, but what energizes you the most? I once coached a woman named Myra, who had built her reputation as a closer. She got things done. People praised her for her reliability, her follow through, her tenacity, but she was exhausted. Deep down, she hated the last minute pressure. Through Working Genius, we discovered her natural zone wasn't tenacity, it was wonder and invention. She was brilliant at asking big picture questions, seeing possibilities, dreaming up what could be next. But she had buried the genius in favor of what others expected. Once she realigned her role, she brought fresh strategic ideas into the company, and ironically, others picked up the tenacity side because she finally stopped pretending to love it. She wasn't a finisher, she was a starter. And that changed everything. The next slide. Let's see the third shift from isolation to influence. With the right tools, you don't just keep up, you connect, expand, and amplify your leadership. Technology and coaching together make that possible. Next slide, please. Let me share a story. Anna, a mid-career leader, came me to feeling invisible in her role. She was capable, experienced, and deeply committed to her work, but she felt like her voice wasn't being heard. She sat in meetings but rarely contributed. She second guessed herself constantly. And although she led the team, she didn't feel like a leader. Through our coaching, we uncovered something important. Anna had never learned to lead from her strengths because she didn't know what they were. She was trying to lead like someone else. We used a few tools, one of them being the working genius model. And slowly she began to recognize what energizes her and what drains her. She realized she wasn't falling, she was misaligned. Next slide. Once she started showing up from her own working genius, everything changed. She began speaking up. She took the lead on the cross-functional project. She advocated for herself and for others. And today, Anna leads global projects across 3 time zones. And for the first time in years, she sees her own value. Next slide, please. Let me pause here and introduce the working genius model I mentioned. It's created by Patrick Lencioni. It identifies 6 types of working genius, 6 natural ways people contribute to getting work done. Each of us tends to have 2 genius zones, 2 competency zones, and 2 frustration zones. Understanding that alone can change how you lead and how you feel about work. But here are the 6 types. Wonder is the genius of asking questions and imagining possibilities. Discernment is the genius of using intuition and judgment to evaluate ideas. Galvanizing is the genius of rallying others to action. Enablement is the genius of supporting and assisting others. Tenacity is the genius of pushing tasks to completion. Invention is the genius of creating original ideas and solutions. The brilliance is this: when you align your work with your genius types, you stop draining yourself doing that what frustrates you and start leading from flow and energy. Anna discovered her genius types were discernment and enablement. Once she focused on roles and tasks that allowed her to operate from that zone, her confidence and clarity skyrocketed. So I ask you, what's your working genius? And are you using it or fighting it? Next slide, please. Here is my message. You don't need to master AI. You need to master your leadership mindset and the tools that help you show up with confidence. Here is a simple takeaway tool for you. If you are wondering where to start with just 10 minutes of clarity a day. Sit down, turn off the notifications, and ask, what matters most today? Write it down That's your leadership move. Next slide, please. One last story. A client of mine wasn't a tech expert, but she became the bridge. She translated digital tools into human outcomes. She was trusted, respected, and impactful because she led like a human. That's what leadership in the AI era truly looks like. I once coached a woman who had just been promoted to lead a digital transformation initiative. She told me, I'm not the tech expert. I feel like a fraud. But here's what we uncovered in coaching. She didn't need to be the tech expert. She needed to be the bridge between the tech and the people. She used empathy to translate technical talk into human language. She created space for her team to admit they were struggling. And she ended up being the one person everyone trusted, not because she had all the answers, but because she had the confidence to lead with questions. That's the kind of leadership AI can't replicate, and the kind we need more of. And my last slide, please. Thank you so much for being here. I'd love to open up for your questions. What resonated? What will you take action on today? Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Helly, that was a really an energetic talk. We thoroughly enjoyed your session. And we have a question from our audience, Dr. Helly.
Okay.
How can modern women leaders balance data-driven decisions with intuition and empathy in an AI era?
Now I'm not sure if I heard.
How
Can
can
you please?
modern women leaders balance data-driven decisions with intuition and empathy in an AI era?
By taking it all easy, calm, taking calm pace and space, and not getting it all on you. You just calm down and listen, and then you can combine everything.
Thank you, Dr. Hilly, and thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you.
And, be on the backstage and please join the next session, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.